Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Detroit Lions. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a play fake here on first down, and that's incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Awesome.
A second down throw for Prescott. This one caught left side by Cooper. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Here's Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he's got some space here. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Cooper was the target there. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Nick Bawden, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Cowboys. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here we go, 46. Gun. 46.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
On the ball.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford, and he finds Tyler Kroft. And all the way down to the 42. A big play on 3rd down for the Lions. 44 yards. A first update now out of Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Set, lady.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Set, lady. We're rolling, we're rolling. Hey, go here.
The shotgun snap for Stanford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The give is to Elliott. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
46.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. After the penalty, it's Elliott. Shreds the tackle. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And, boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. A first down throw for Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Lions have recovered. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. Spinning away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment. But there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. operating from the gun. Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And Jones has it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Hey, middle.
They give it to him running left. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Here's Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Tyler Kroft, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Prater for the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
All right, now, look at 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rush. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That throw good for 4. It's second down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is good. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
22. Set. Move 60. Like 7.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Lions had the fewest third down conversions on the ground in the NFL in 2017. What will they do here on 3rd and short? Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. From the gun, Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
To throw on 2nd down, Stafford. This is Riddick on the screen. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Hey, I need one. 21. Hey, give me a radar. Like.
Operating from the gun. Stafford, wide open receiver, complete. They stop him after a gain of only 4, and that brings up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he's got this down to the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A give to Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
It's huge a threat as Ezekiel Elliott is with the ball in his hands in the run game. I have to believe that the Cowboys want to continue to expand him in the passing game. Excellent hands, can run nice routes. They don't just have to throw it to him on screens either. They can make him an integral part of the passing game and increase their offense.
58 catches through his first 2 years, so you expect that total to go up.
I think that he can get 58 catches in 1 year if they choose to concentrate on it. Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Zeke's having a great game here, Charles, in the second half. What was the difference rookie season to second season? Because he went from 5.1 yards per carry to 4.1.
Well, inconsistency. Remember, his second year, Zeke was in and out of the lineup a little bit, as well as his offensive line.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. Now it's Ellington to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch. But even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, Stafford looking deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now Austin. still won't go down. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
But he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
To throw is Rush. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. So here come the Lions now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Again, it's Elliott down to the 25. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Rush. And that's caught by Beasley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get 14 yards there at a 1st down. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They go to Elliott again. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit at 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
And this one is right through, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. And the grab by Croft. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Austin. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. They'll look to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. What a big tackle there defensively.
One of the most difficult things for a defender to do. And think about the speed that he brought down. If he gets away, he's likely gone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there. And now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
He'll look to throw. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
The Cowboys on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. He's back to throw. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Running with Elliott. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Lions looking like they're going to come away with a victory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Lions, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Had a bachelor's degree. Selling, fix the face and fix the weed. Not working on self-esteem. Hit a block, yo, this block. Where you at? Can it, my new map location be the block on the app? Really see the acting brand new like I don't see it when I do. Who them folks? Who want too close? Give me room, phony folks. Play it close, do the most. Don't think bad company, that's bad for your company. Bad company, that's bad for your company. Bad cow disease, now you in a ton of beef. My new blue Dunkery. Flintstone, bust down, color Maricami. Fruity pepper, bezel, Wilma, Betty, Fred, and Barney. Bad, from out of town, I think she model at McCarmy. Wrist game, lucky charmy, told my jeweler left her call me. I'ma come clean, I got beef. Paranoia got me rolling on my sleeves, okay. Hating cause I'm upping up the fees. Whole team, D's on they tees, so I got so much beef, I could barely sleep. Paranoia got me losing on my Z's all day. Good Lord, mama praying on the knees all day. If you still fucking up there, I'ma squeeze. I'm above average.
Hey, this that Eastside Johnny Big Redemption like. Know what I'm talking about? Hold up. Whoa. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me though. You either with me or win. Curve everything else. Win. These ops say win. Start chasing that. Win.